A very good evening to everybody watching. Thank you for joining us tonight on the agenda. My name is Toiwan Jabela. Tonight on the platform we are honored to be joined by the Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, that is Honorable Frans Kapofi. He's here to engage us about the work of his ministry and to tap from his wisdom on a variety of issues. Thank you very much, Honorable, for making time. It's your first time on my platform, so you can imagine how privileged I think I am.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for inviting me here.
Yeah, wonderful. Let's start with issues of security. Our country is a small country, it's a small population, but our sovereign security is important to all of us. What can you tell us about just where we are now as a country in that regard?
Yeah, thank you. Namibia is geographically very large, and it's a large country. It's of course densely populated. We don't have too many people everywhere. But the most important safeguard we have is our people.
Yeah.
It's not the amount of guns we have or the amount of soldiers we deploy, but the amount of preparedness that we make, or we security consciousness that we inculcate in the minds of people. They need to be secured. If our people are well prepared, conscious of the need to secure our country, that's the best security that can guarantee our survival.
Yeah.
But in terms of the NDF is ready. It is training hard. Of course, needs equipment to face the challenge, but I think it is ready to an extent possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
People say, for example, now, of course, just the citizens having followed the global events, they will say, for example, oh, each country, a lot of countries that have oil discoveries and eventually production, have faced security issues, terrorism, foreign interference and stuff like that. With us having discovered our own oil now in recent years, is there anything strategic that the ministry is doing to say, look, we are no longer just the Namibia of yesteryear. We are now becoming probably an oil producer very soon, and we must beef up our security also.
Yes, you don't expect me to be emphatic on what is being done.
Yes, of course.
But we are current with what is happening.
Yeah.
We are aware of the challenges where the oil fields are. It's quite a challenge. But you must also be geared towards making sure that once that process of production of oil has started, those people need to be secured. You must be prepared for any eventualities. Anything can happen where they are. And deep in the ocean, these people need safety. So we are preparing in government. Government in general is gearing. There are those who are gearing for the final stage of production.
Yeah.
There are those of us who are preparing to secure these investments. We are preparing. We are the vocabulary now is how to secure that kind of investments.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are aware of the possible problems of piracy. Possible problem of things happening that you don't expect at these platforms, and that's especially with our naval forces. We are trying to capacitate them so that by the time we are there, we should be able to be called upon and get there quickly.
Absolutely.
Yes.
In terms of partnerships, Honorable Kapofi, what happens? In South Africa, for example, our neighbors here, we see them doing military drills with the likes of Russia and Iran, and the Western world is monitoring these things, and they're saying, South Africa is playing is in cohorts with our enemies, as they are perceived that side. Do we have friends of that nature ourselves? I mean, to capacitate even ourselves to say maybe the exchange of knowledge and skills and whatnot. Who do we align to? Or do we say, no, we are just Namibia, we have no friends?
You always will have friends.
Yeah.
But as you know, our philosophy is that we do not want to be an enemy to anyone.
Yeah.
But we want to be a friend to as many as possible. And there are those people with whom we share the values, quite many of them.
Yeah.
But we are a small country. Comparing us with South Africa is impossible. South Africa is a powerhouse, and they have their systems, and they have been building those systems for as many years as one can imagine.
Yeah.
So that we are not at the same power. However, we are training with those that we think will be of help to us when the need arises.
Yeah.
We may not be exercising with anyone as of now, but we are doing many other invisible things with as many as countries that just so many. So we are training with them in their training institutions. We are sending many of our officers there to get trained. We are acquiring our capabilities from some of these countries. And we are exploring new avenues to cooperate with as whoever and as many as it's practically possible.
Yeah.
But we cannot just go to bed with anyone who's coming. So we have also to make sure that we are taking, we work with those that value our principles.
Yeah.
We don't want to be a proxy to anybody, of anyone. We want to work not as puppets of anyone.
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. We want to be, as if you come to us, we work together in the best interest of all of us.
Yeah.
But not to say 10 left and you expect me to 10 left. That is not our philosophy.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've seen some of our neighboring countries like Zambia, I think Botswana too, who have military camps of the likes of the USA. Have we ever been approached to also accommodate any, and what has been our response? What is our attitude to having some facilities like that here? Some countries say, oh, having them here is also, it beefs up our own internal security. But others say, no, we just don't want anything like that close to our shores.
You don't create military infrastructure in a country for the sake of it.
Yeah.
There is always a strategic interest in a particular country or for a particular aspect.
Yeah.
In the way you think. We have not been approached, and we are not likely to agree to any such kind of a thing where someone will come here and deploy their own troops. Why do you want to deploy in our country? So we were here all along. We needed help when we were under oppression. Nobody came to support us. Those who came to support us, and they gave us material support. But now, those other countries, they have taken their sovereign decisions to work with whoever they want to work with for whatever reasons they have. It's their own interest. But our security, as I said, is more entrenched in our people.
Yeah.
And we don't want foreign forces, foreign bases to secure ourselves. I don't think that that's a viable proposition for now.
Yeah.
As I said, we are busy, we are training, and we don't have we train with whoever, provided that training fits our needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we do not necessarily we do not think that we will accept a request to build a military facility of any country here.
Yeah.
Yes.
In terms of our military's involvement in conflicts abroad, I know that we still participate a lot in the UN peacekeeping missions, but there was that exception in the late 90s where we went to DRC under our own banner as Namibian Defense Force, not under the banner of the UN or any other peacekeeping organization. Are we likely to stick to what we are doing now, just participating in those peacekeeping missions, or do you anticipate a situation where we might be required again to participate in any conflict under the banner of NDF?
Even if we go to the UN operations, we still maintain our own identity as Namibian, as a contingent from Namibia. We fly our own flag, of course, parallel with, or together with the UN, the blue helmets, insignias, but we remain a sovereign force.
Yeah.
We went to the DRC for strategic reasons. You know that that time there was UNITA here in the region causing problems in Angola, but we didn't want UNITA to have any rear base anyway, and we wanted to prevent that from happening because they were causing destabilizations along our borders, as you will know. That time, you will remember, that time we had to mount convoys to take our people across from the Divundu Bridge towards the Zambezi region. So our region was almost cut off. So it was a mission that was it has two faults. It had two faults. One is to prevent the carnage that would have befallen Kinshasa, and genocide, the Rwanda type, would have happened. We were mindful of the fact that something like that may happen. So our leaders decided to do what they did, to dispatch our troops. Of course, we still went there within the umbrella of SADC. Though not all member states participated, but we did not go there just singly as Namibia, but we went there together with others.
Yeah.
As you know, it was Angola, ourselves, and Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
But our aim was to make sure that there is no genocide, no carnage of mass killing of people, which was likely to have happened. Yeah, that was really so, and also to make sure that we deny UNITA area base.
Yeah.
And we have done that successfully.
If the need arises again, and it makes strategic sense to us, will we?
Well, that we will cross that bridge when you get there, for sure, yes. But should that, in the unlikely event that something like happen, why not?
Yeah.
But we hope that we don't come to that point. We want to solve problems peacefully. That is why you would have noticed that during the last SADC deployment in the DRC, military deployment in DRC, we did not participate.
Yeah.
We believed it was necessary to pursue a peaceful solution, a negotiated system, and the infrastructure for negotiation were there.
Yeah.
We had UN systems there, we had East Africans there, and all this. And we said, no, let's give that opportunity a chance to succeed.
Yeah.
And I think our position was proven right, because the military deployment, though maybe has helped, has not yielded much desired solutions. In my view, in our view as Namibia, we would have pursued that aspect of peace. Now we are happy. We saw them somewhere signing, Rwanda and DRC signing, and we hope that building on that, finally DRC will be a peaceful country.
Yeah.
To be given that opportunity to develop and
And those, maybe if you can just state on record, Minister, there's this rumor that has, I think it's really a very casual rumor, but it refuses to die. That no, Namibia sent troops to DRC because there was some diamond mine. Some say it was a diamond mine for Namibia, some say it was actually a diamond mine for Sam Nujoma himself. And I have engaged different DRC ambassadors here to say, okay guys, our dividends, where are they? What is our mines producing? They say, no, there's nothing like that. Where in DRC is that mine? What can you tell us about that? If you can just state the record straight.
I have told you what our intentions were. It was not for economic reasons.
Yeah.
Immediately when the UN, when the environment was conducive for the UN to come in, we left. There was no residual force remained to protect anything that we supposedly have acquired there. So I was there in the government. There was no sign, anything that suggests that we have opened up a mine or anything of the kind. It was not a driving force. That we were not driven by economic interest. We were driven by solidarity with the people of the DRC to ensure that they are saved from a possible potential carnage that would have befallen Kinshasa. So people can always say things, but those of us who were there wouldn't have seen any such a thing that we possessed a mine. Be it, you see, there are many other people who were condemning us of having joined Mugabe and just went to this Mugabe thing. It was not a Mugabe thing. It was a thing that as countries we believed it was a thing to do. We got to go in there and make sure that, and we made it, and the UN came and they created conducive environment for people to have their UN supervised election.
Yeah.
And it created a semblance of stability in the DRC until the eastern situation evolved again of recent. But those are the things that will continue to cause problems.
Yeah.
But we ourselves, we are out there, but if we had the mine, we would still be there mining.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as I said, it was not our intention to go for money making. We had people sacrifice. We sacrificed a lot there, and we cannot just go there to sacrifice for the sake of it. It was a sacrifice that we have incurred. We lost lives. We lost our material and equipment, not because of self-enrichment of any kind.
Yeah.
And it's just very unfortunate that people continue to point fingers at and lament on things that they want to see they are imagining these things and they want to see them happening. They want to turn them into reality. But to me and to many of us, something like that never existed.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big thing. I mean, when Ben Olenga left SWAPO in 1999, he cited that as the reason. He says, no, we are becoming a warmonger kind of nation, and there was no proper consultation. I mean, which brings me to the next question, Honorable Kapofi. A commander-in-chief of the Namibian Defense Force, as it were, what powers do they enjoy? President Tumana Ndeta today as commander-in-chief, what power does he enjoy just by being that?
Well, you don't enjoy power necessarily. You exercise the power that is conferred to you by the constitution of the country. It's not power. There's no enjoyment, really. You are carrying a huge responsibility as a leader of a country and as commander-in-chief of the defense force, because it is only the commander-in-chief that can deploy those troops. If should a situation develop anywhere in Namibia, for example, I can't just send troops, or the commander of the defense force will not just say, go and do. That has to be authorized by the commander-in-chief, the supreme commander. So there's no really, but it is enshrined in our constitution that the commander-in-chief has the mandate to deploy the Namibian Defense Force, be it in a locally or outside. Even if we have to mount a joint operation with the police here, to move those troops, we have to have an expressed authority of the president, who is the commander-in-chief. You can't just say, go and do this. No, you can't. You have to get it authorized by the commander-in-chief.
Okay.
Yes.
There in Zambezi region, Minister, there continues to be sentiments of secessionism. People saying that the region ought to be an autonomous country of some sort. And they demonstrate in December now. Governor Kabula there in Zambezi had to accept another petition. From a security point of view, how closely are you monitoring those sentiments? Of course, it is done in a manner that you think is constitutional now. People writing petitions, everything is done in an orderly manner. But we also are not oblivious to the events of 1999. How closely are you monitoring that situation?
Well, as far as we are concerned at the defense, it is it's not a military issue. We don't have sleepless nights because of these activities.
In 99 it was a military issue.
99 has come and gone. So we are aware of that, but I don't think it will end up like 99. We don't see any element thereof. And when you look at people who are demonstrating, and you look at the population of the region, recently there was even traditional leaders who were saying, no, this thing is a non-issue. But there are those who are. But if you were to look at and isolate these people, you can locate them to a specific area. That specific area is not Namibia. That specific area is not Zambezi region. It's a specific area. Even if you were to call today to say, let's go and vote, that area there will be isolated. Yeah, but it's an issue that needs political solution, if any. But we don't think it threatens the sovereignty of Namibia, as far as we are concerned. But it's a concern, yes. We see you not want to have citizens of your country,
Yeah.
no matter how few they are, expressing a divergent view of the larger views of the people.
Yeah.
You need to address that at one point. But the way they want it, they want to compel everyone else to be part of that, while it is not the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we will have just to find a way of dealing with that specifically concerned group at one point, but it is not the whole of the Zambezi region that is calling for whatever they are calling for.
Just before you go for a break, if you can explain to me when you say the location where these people originate from or where they hail from, it's not in Namibia. Where are you saying it's a foreign jurisdiction that is imposing or demanding these things in Namibia?
No.
Yeah.
I think you didn't understand me. I'm saying, if you look at the activists and locate them where they are from, there's a specific locality from that locality people come and make noises, but it's not the whole of the region. That's what I mean.
Oh, you mean that?
I said, locate them. Where are they from?
Yeah.
They come from a specific area which identifying itself with the elements of breaking away the region from. But that is not shared by the large majority. Yeah. Look at the election results. It should tell you that if it was a serious problem that should concern us as a security sector, you would have seen a different pattern in the election. But look at what happened. So the elections are the yardsticks of testing the people's desire.
Yeah.
But look at what is there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We go for a very short break and return with Honorable Frans Kapofi. Our lively conversation with the Defense Minister continues on the agenda. Minister, let's talk about your ministry. There continues to be perceptions that somehow, in terms of recruitment in particular, that is it weighs heavily in favor of one tribe, which is Ashwama-speaking people. It's a perception that has refused to die over the years. There will be, from time to time, denial from the ministry to say, no, it's not how it works, we don't look at those things. But when you look at the lists and the surnames and all that, sometimes it seems to suggest that. What can you tell us about that?
Well, yes, I know about these perceptions, but I don't know which period are you referring to, but I can start with the formation of the NDF.
Yeah.
I remember I was there at that time. The backbone was SWATF and Plan, the SWAPO's military wing. A large majority of Plan combatants hailed from the northern regions of our country. Also, a sizable number of Swati was also from there. That is one thing.
Yeah.
However, as time went, we started to recruit. And we were recruiting, but we were not necessarily giving quotas to language groups. We were inviting those who were willing, and we were promoting those who endured. You cannot create a person to be someone, but you only consider those who are there, who are persevering and enduring. We have a problem of endurance sometimes.
Yeah.
And you have to, people have to look at that. The preponderance of numbers is overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yes. So the numbers differ, but you will always have that number. That number is always there. Yeah. But it is not a policy to say we are taking only this. And we have proven more than once. Even currently, we have been trying very hard. But look at the end results. Where do they end?
Yeah.
Some people leave.
Yeah.
Before they even finish the trainings, they go back. They cannot endure the hardships because you have to be trained to be fit. That's another problem.
But even endurance, Minister, if we were to use that as a, I mean, I'm not dismissing that, but endurance can't be confined to ethnic identity, that this particular group endures, but the other, because
no, that's not what I mean. I mean,
so endurance wouldn't affect the demographics if it's not based on.
It depends.
Yeah.
If we, I'm not saying some people don't, some people, only some people stays.
Yeah.
Then there are people leaving the force. It's not, but you don't finish. We have a serious problem with that, and it's a fact. We can publish people who leave just because, and then they leave from the military schools. They leave from there. They just throw in the towel and they left, and they go. So it's a fact. It is there. We see these numbers.
Yeah.
We go at length to interview as many as possible, but we end up having people not able to finish some of these courses.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to defend that I don't want to defend ourselves. We are not holy, but there are facts on the ground.
Yeah.
There are facts on the ground that, and it's no matter what you want to try,
Yeah.
if that horse that you take to the water is not drinking,
Yeah.
you cannot force it to drink.
I understand.
The call is there, it's made,
Yeah.
efforts are made. Even now, we are in the process of selecting the youngsters to take up the challenge. But it's a real challenge.
Yeah.
But people take defense as, yes, it creates job opportunities for young people,
Yeah.
future careers, soldiers. But it's also hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy. You have to be trained to be able to be trained to be fit to do the job.
Yeah.
It's a career and not just a job opportunity.
I understand.
Yes.
So speaking of that now, the reason why I'm saying that is because I saw, in fact, it was just by pure coincidence that before we came to studio, I stumbled upon this document. It talks about promotions of management cadres within the Defense Force with effect from 1st February. So I see this, the paper that is circulating on social media has 24 people. But if you look at this, I'll just give an example. So the first person in the list is Sedembruka, who is a colonel and is being promoted to brigadier general. And of course, Dembruka ought to be Oshero speaking, ordinarily speaking. Then there's a Koti, who's number 2. But from there you have Mwombola, Heita, Ngipembe, Haipinge. Then you have Malima, Haihambo. Then you get a Mukerenge, who I suppose is Kavango. Then you have Andimba, Nekoto, Shaulwa, Nishongele, Damakele, Ita. Then you have another Morangi. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just circulating there. But if you look at that, what would be the reason typically for something like that?
What is the ideal thing you want to see? You wanted to see what?
A blend of course we understand, Minister, that if I'm speaking people actually say Awambo are the majorities. It's not true actually. Awambo are just the biggest tribe, but they're not the majority because we are only 49%. 51% of the population is catered among other tribes. So you would typically want to see that reflecting in this.
I told you
yeah.
that you only promote those that you have. You cannot go and buy them from the shop.
And you have them because they came through a system that has been scrutinized now to say, but how is it only that these are the ones who came through?
That's exactly that. That's what I'm saying, that I'm not defending anybody, but what I'm saying is I presided over that.
Yeah.
And that's what I presented with.
Yeah.
There was even a discussion as we were looking at this to say, why this one and not that one?
Yeah.
And facts were given. So, where are we going to get them? I am presented with this, and I told you, to come there, you need to sweat, my friend.
Yeah.
You have to work hard. And there must be someone to say, to come up and say, there are these people who are left out.
Yeah.
These qualifying people who are left out. There is reasons beyond doubt that the system is not biased towards anybody. Yeah. But these are the people who have proven themselves to be able to do the job. But we are building from the military training school, from our training establishment. Yeah. That is where we start. And we build up that commands, that force. And out of those people, you look at these ones. If you go and look at it, whether the Mbrukas, how did they start? How many were they? How many Hereros were there that time? And why is that one alone now? So, but I don't want to look at the defense force through the prism of tribalism. Yeah. I want us to look at them. They have a job to do. Yeah. And that is the job to defend the territorial integrity of Namibia. It doesn't matter who. Yeah. It doesn't have to be tribal. Mm-hmm. I know people are worried because they want jobs, they want to do, but this is a job to be done, and you should be able to have that ability, and the endurance I have spoken about. But these are political, circulated by people who think they are not happy. Yeah. But who else is there? That's the issue. Yeah. Yeah. But it is used, circulated for political reasons. Yeah. But I presided over that, and I know the names that we are talking about. I don't know the people, but I know I've seen those names. Yeah. But why should it be circulated? No,
because exactly, I mean, whoever must have leaked this information, and I'm sure it's your staff members,
Yes.
because they're the ones with this information, they must have leaked it because they think, no,
but
something is not right.
Yeah, something is not right. It's easy to complain.
Yeah.
It's easy to try and think you are spilling the beans.
Yeah.
But the point is, ask yourself why I'm not. Well, it's not tribal. It has nothing to do with tribal. You just have to show.
Yeah.
You see, you just have to show. The track record is there.
Yeah.
Track record is there, and we are open for anyone to scrutinize us and to audit us,
Yeah.
and to go in there and see who is there.
Speaking of scrutiny, Minister, it's a very good word, because there's also this perception that the Ministry of Defense or the Defense Force itself, that it's hiding behind the blanket of national security to avoid accountability, that the dealings of the Defense Force is never really known. There's so much money that gets allocated, budgetary allocations to the Defense Ministry. And when questions of accountability and audit reports come up, people say, no, but you see, this is a national security thing. And then when we see generals, army generals driving these huge cars and living in huge houses, we start wondering, but where are they getting this money from? How much does defense pay so much that people can live lives like this? And when we want to ask questions, we are told, no, we can't because national security.
You are painting a picture that people are stealing money. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, those are legitimate.
You know, the Anti-Corruption Commission. They are there, and they are not immune from being questioned. So take your case and make a case against them. But it's not also true that we are not defense is not audited.
Yeah.
The auditors are there. The auditing, the general's reports are there, and for everyone to see.
Yeah.
It is not possible that we are not accountable. But the perception that people are driving these huge cars and all these things, I don't know whom you are referring to.
You don't know where I'm referring.
Yeah, but many a time you see them driving official vehicles.
Yeah.
And if they have their own other cars, well, they are working, but I don't know. But the perception you are making is that these people are stealing, and if that's what you are saying,
Yeah.
I invite you to take action and give the file to the Inspector General of Police, or to NOAA, the Director General of the Anti-Corruption Commission, to say, can you please look into this? Let's have that.
And the fancy cars, the official cars now, not the private ones for the generals.
Yeah.
Why does defense have so many fancy cars? The fanciest cars, government cars on the road, are from your ministry. What is that about?
What fancy cars? For example, which ones?
ODs and
It's not
like top-end ODs, really, and other brands. But top.
It's not. I don't think it's correct.
You don't think it's correct?
I think you are not current. You are not current with what is happening at the Defense Ministry. I want you to be current and update yourself with the data that you have, because I don't see them. I don't see those cars. I see them driving on. Most of the time you find them driving maybe Prado, or they drive. But all these, I don't know. I can't. We have four.
Maybe your taste in cars is not as sophisticated.
Maybe I don't see them, but the point is, well, I'm no longer there pursuing fashions, because with my age, you don't expect me to be. I will hook to my Hilux, double cab. It's enough for me.
Yeah.
But to be honest, we have very few senior officers who would drive this kind. But to say posh, we don't. I don't see it. Even if you see there, our chief of the defense force, you look at the car he drives, he is driving currently the Prado, I think.
Yeah.
And but we are addressing the issue of those cars because we think a large contingent of the defense force vehicles should be military vehicles that are suited for the purpose. That is an issue we are addressing as we speak. That we would need, that a defense has to be geared or prepared, that most of the vehicles that they have should be operational vehicles, and they must be military vehicles. Properly geared for the military. So we are addressing that. But really to say they are abusing or they are excessive, they are driving this luxury, I think it's an overstatement.
Okay. No, I will leave it there, but let's talk, Minister, quickly also about that entity within your ministry called August 26. August 26, to an ordinary eye, comes across as an entity that is almost a law unto itself. It's, I look, for example, at this is a court case now, and I know that we can only comment on it to a limited extent. But for example, what was the logic of having the defense force being supplied with fuel from an entity that by any measurement is a middleman? Because instead of just a defense force going to NAMCOR and say, look, you are the national oil company, supply us, here's the money. Now the fuel comes from Qatar, wherever it comes from, NAMCOR buys it, Enecon buys it before it comes, and with that chain, this additional costs. Sounds like wastage to me.
You said this is in the court, but I don't know why you're talking about August 26. Because August 26, I don't know whether August 26 is in court. I don't know.
Which is a big surprise, actually, that they're not in court. Because there's a lot of things there that we thought.
Why? Because you are talking about things that perceptions, aspersions cast. They are no facts. The court is there. Now, are you saying they are able to penetrate the court so that they are not arraigned? Or what are you saying? August 26 is there. It's an entity. Its books are audited. They are there. And you must also understand, August 26 is an amalgamation of companies.
Yes, it's a holding company, I understand.
Yes. So, but just to say, you should be able to say August 26, but which company?
For example, for example, Minister, maybe the Enecon thing is, but in that case, it was not even about corruption, that there was any corruption. I'm just saying, people bringing in Enecon, which doesn't produce oil, which is not an oil company at all, it goes to Engine and NAMCOR and other companies to buy fuel for them. What is the necessity of that entity?
Yes, you're talking about history. It is history. We are all in that history.
Yeah.
Why and how, it's not for me to tell you, but as I can tell you, it is history, and we are licking our wounds. So, but it was not August 26 that signed that contract.
Yeah, they got involved later because they saw it was a lucrative deal.
Well, I don't know why they were involved, but I cannot go further. But what I'm saying is, we are reviewing history. We are talking about what happened.
Yeah.
We are not talking about what is happening.
Who supplies the NDF with fuel right now?
Well,
Or is it a state secret also, like other many things that that are just supposed to be really public information?
The secrecy is secrecy.
Yeah.
Buying oil, I don't think it's a secret thing. But where we keep it, we may not tell you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so, but as we speak, August 26, Holding is buying fuel for the defense force.
Okay.
And there is a specific instruction how to buy that fuel.
Okay.
To make sure that there's value for money. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah, yeah.
That, but the perception there is there's a lot of wrongdoing and all these kind of things. I don't know those things.
I'll tell you one thing that you know very well, Minister, which is as shady as it can be. The spare parts that were being bought from window machine and fabric. What is that entity?
Yes, yes.
And there were emails, Minister, in black and white of an official from one of those entities telling officials at the other company to say, oh, guys, we've been busted. Please make up some invoices so that the amount reaches the 8 million or whatever amount it was that we paid. That was for me like a straight case of abuse, if not corruption outright. And the officials are still there. I mean, nobody has been held accountable. One guy resigned and he went home a free man. That kind of attitude.
So you wanted us to lock him up?
Yes. The laws are clear.
The law says you are presumed innocent until found guilty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But there's a process that has to find you not guilty. You don't just walk away. How can I steal or whatever I might have?
Yeah,
and I just walk away.
The problem is,
yeah,
you guys, you only want to pursue what you like. Things that are making juicy stories for yourself. But you don't look at the other side. We have responded to that. We did. We explained in detail what has happened. You don't want to buy our story.
there was Dr. Kapofi, there was something very, like really a scratch on the surface. There was really no detail. The first thing that happened, let me just remind you, Minister, Dr. Wilhelmine Shivote, I think is her name, which was the ED. She called a press conference when Job Ampanda published those things. And she flatly denied these things. And then Ampanda just released more details that showed an email being sent. In fact, one of the officials that was being, the MD of the other entity that was being told, he wrote to the other MD and said, no, you cannot tell my staff to do things like that. You are not even going through me. You are bypassing me to tell my junior officials to cook books. That's I don't know anything else that is more clear than that.
Yes, but the substance of that was explained. The issue you are referring to, that she said, there is this story of 1 million or 900,000 of a part.
Yeah.
There was something like that. We don't know what exactly is this, but the point is, we have not spent money on this. We explained that. You don't want to buy that. But the fact is there that there was no money spent because we made sure when that thing was made public, we made sure to find out whether this money was spent, there was really it was transacted on, or it was just something that was happening. So we had to find out what exactly is this, because I was interested. I was interested to know.
Yeah.
I was interested to know. And we said we must explain to the public what exactly has happened. And that's what happened.
Yeah.
The ED explained, and she said, despite all this, the fortunate part is no money was spent on these so-called spare part transactions. If you don't want to agree with it, it's your choice.
I get it. But also just to say, because the whole thing didn't go through, assuming that was actually the case, that is also a problem. Because this week, ironically, just by pure coincidence again, we have Dirk Conradi, who got convicted this week for bribery that never ended up taking place. He intended to do that. He was caught in his tracks. This week he was convicted and is awaiting sentencing. But, so I'm just arguing the principle. In closing, Minister, 2027 is coming. Do you have any political ambitions for next year? A lot of people actually think that you are a proper man. You are a military man from the liberation struggle. You became a proper technocrat, permanent secretary to cabinet, minister. And when we look around, people say, but no, there are not many people who are qualified to take this country forward on the ticket of SWAPO than Frans Kapofi. What do you say to those?
I'm old. My age, you can only pull the rubber up to a point. The elasticity stop to expand. I can't extend my age.
Yeah.
I can't extend my age. And I think what I've done to my people is enough. The service I provided for my country, I felt very honored to have been given all these opportunities to serve Namibia and its people from the days of struggle up to today. But time has to come when you give way.
Yeah.
You give way. We are serving, we are called upon to serve, but I will not voluntarily just take up the challenge and say I want to continue to be in politics. I don't think I will do that.
Yeah.
It's not in my system to say, what if I die today?
No.
Yeah. So I think let's look forward to other people who are ready. I don't want to declare that I cannot serve, but I also don't think that I saw somebody who just, without even consulting me, saying 27, these are potential people, these are the people. Without even talking to me, they just throw this thing. And it creates in the minds of people that, oh, so this guy is available.
It's a vote of confidence.
Yeah, well, it's a vote of confidence, but trust me, allow me to do what the president has asked me to do now, and see what happens. But I felt I've done what I was called upon to do by my people, by my party, and I leave it there for now.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Minister, thank you. Thank you for coming through. I really appreciate the conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that is Frans Kapofi. He is the Minister of Defense and Veteran Affairs, engaging us in a very robust and open conversation about issues concerning his ministry and the nation at large. Thank you for watching.